loved working with animals and being around animals. I had tons of animals growing up.
I love working with animals. I love psychology. I love training.
My name is Michael Wheeler.
My name is Sebastian Carcano.
My name is Chris DePace, and I'm an Africa keeper here at Brevard Zoo, so I take care of all the animals in Africa section.
My job entails a lot of animal husbandry. I have to care for the animals, feed them, clean up after them.
I take care of all of the aquarium animals here. Also, I oversee the petting zone.
All of the feeding, the cleaning, the watering. We also do enrichment for all of our animals.
When you have animals in captivity, you have to provide them mental stimulus. And the easiest way to do that would be to kind of elicit natural behaviors from them. So like for example, with giraffe, they in the wild would pull leaves from trees. That's their natural behavior. So for enrichment, we might cut down pieces of trees and hang them somewhere so that they could pull the leaves off like they would in the wild.
I've worked in pretty much every different area. I have favorites in all of the different areas. Rhinos, giraffes, jaguars.
My favorite animal here at the zoo is definitely the rhinos. They're just amazing, wonderful, powerful animals. I mean, one of the best things about them is that they're very tactile, so they do love the contact with people, and they'll actually come over and lean into us when we're scratching them. It also helps us because we can, really take a good look over at them and see if there's any cuts or scratches or anything. But definitely hoofstock is just an amazing animal to work with, and that's what they're considered. So they're just my favorites overall.
Least favorite, birds. Not that I don't like them, I like birds, but they're hard to breed. I'm a mammal person. At my old zoo, Zoo Miami, I started as an elephant keeper, then I was a lion keeper, and I was a quarantine keeper, and now here I'm an Africa keeper. So I'm used to mammals. I've never worked with birds before. That's something very new to me, and they're very hard to read. I can look at an animal and kind of figure out what it's going to do. Is it going to charge me? Does it want to be touched? Birds is very difficult.
If you have to go to him, boy, he knows. Oh, I see what they mean about that.
Working with animals, especially bigger animals, there's always a danger. There's always a possibility of something happening.
Mistakes happen. Sometimes it happens. They're very, very far and few between. But, I mean, it does happen. You're working with wild animals. You never really know what to expect.
I've been scared for the animals when, say there's a really bad storm and animals start running around, and that creates a dangerous situation for the animal. They could break a leg or break their necks, that kind of stuff where you fear for them. Fear for myself, I've never really feared for my safety. I'm very much a safe person. I'm always observing safety, making sure everything is secured.
Some people, they come in and they think that we're bad because we have all these animals locked in cages, or at the same time, we're doing conservation work to actually save a lot of these animals. And if we didn't have these animals, some of them we're actually doing breeding programs to actually help eventually release animals back into the wild.
We are not just poop shovelers anymore. There's a lot of aspects of zookeeping that no one really sees on the guest perspective.
They know that we feed animals. They don't know how much we have to observe animals, or we have to constantly be observing their behavioral changes and ensure that they're eating their diets, that they're acting normally. Those are usually indicators that something's wrong when they don't. So we have to be very, very observant.
Probably a funny experience actually just happened recently here. Our big male giraffe, Rafiki, he really likes guys and he will follow you. So we were standing in the barn and I was trying to shift them into the barn because they go into the barn every single night. And he was completely ignoring the person that was calling him to come over and stick his head down and try and sniff me so that I could scratch his nose and stuff. So it was definitely entertaining because they just call it and the other people just call it and you can tell they're getting frustrated. And I was like, I can't. He's just him. He just wants to be here.
Any day I get poop in my eye, it's funny to me. Like I'm always getting poop in the weirdest places, or I'll go home and take a shower after a long day of work, and when I'm taking off my clothes, a spider will fall out. Like, that's kind of awful and gross, but it makes you laugh at the end of the day.
When people are doing the stingray feeding, when the stingrays get really, really excited, they start jumping up and splashing people in the face with water.
future. I see myself being a keeper until my body can't take it anymore.
Probably working with animals in some sort, or figuring out some sort of conservation thing that I can help out with. I'm not sure.
I see myself doing this. I love the job. This is pretty much the only thing that I ever want to be doing. I want to be working with animals. Eventually, I might want to go from zookeeper to curator. Curator is the person that oversees all the keepers and all the animals in the entire zoo. So that's what, future goals. But for right now, I'm very, very happy being a zookeeper. You get a lot of contact with the animals and a lot of contact with people and educational aspects. So I can definitely see myself doing this easily in 10 years or so.